Hey Ethan, I want to ask you first, what was the difference this year compared to the last 2 years in all that you do?
Oh, far out, man. Like, as far as the shows and that go, or are you talking about in real life in general?
No shows,
yeah, the shows,
training and...
Well, first of all, I'm back here, like the last 2 years I was in Bali, so yeah, I sort of escaped that pandemic and everything, and had some different personal things going on and stuff, so I went over there, and it was sort of good that I did because I wouldn't have been able to do any shows. And it's sort of just funny how it all worked out. Like, I got there before the pandemic, and then the pandemic hit, so if I was here, I wouldn't have been able to do any shows anyway, so yeah, I don't know, the universe threw me a bone on that one, and yeah, I was lucky to be able to continue training over there. And I think we snuck in one Aussie show in those 2 years, and then yeah, maybe we done one here in New Zealand as well. We just sort of dodged one of those red light things and that. But yeah, to answer your question, man, it's like chalk and cheese, bro. So yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your time over there too. Was it different atmosphere and different?
Oh, it was totally
conditions?
different, totally different world,
man. Do you
man.
think you picked things up over there that you wouldn't hear, or were you passing on knowledge?
Yeah, I was the teacher, man. So yeah, it was a wicked surroundings. It was exactly what I needed for at the time of my life. I needed to surround myself with all the things I love. It was like good food, surfing, training, and it was good for my mental health, man. So I really needed that space away. And it was funny, like, I've been doing 6 shows a year for the last 10 years, and you get used to sort of carrying this weight on your shoulders all the time. And it wasn't until I wasn't doing the shows that I sort of stood a little bit more upright and realised how much it really took out of you, man. So I think I really needed that break from the shows, man. And now starting them, doing them again, like, I laugh at myself because it's all new again, and like the stress is there, and like you have that 2-year hiatus with not that stress and pressure, and I missed it, man. So now, like a couple of weeks ago, I'm doing the show and I'm driving around, and you're on this adrenaline rush, and I forgot about how much it like adrenalizes you, man, and how much I love that and miss that, So as much as I needed a break, it's nice to come back to it now. So again, I just think the universe, well, whatever happened, I think everyone needed a little bit of a standstill, man, and just respect the life that we had, Like, I think we're all a bit, I don't know, you know what I mean, man?
I do,
so
I do,
yeah. So it was a pain, but we're back on track now. Yeah, the shows seem to be humming again, and there seems to be more and more fighters available. There seems to be more and more shows available. That can be good and bad as a promoter, but yeah, at the moment I'm still getting the support and everything, man. And I haven't got. This was the first show that I've just done in New Zealand without one of my boys being main event or semi-main event in probably 10 years, since Andre sort of came over and main evented the first show. But so that was a different dynamic, with not having one of my boys on. But that goes to show the growth in New Zealand, combat sports, that we can fill a card with somebody else now. We're not just my guys, and it still works. So
yeah,
it was cool.
Well, it was number 87. That's a hell of a lot of shows, mate.
Yeah, I got 13 to go, Tony, and then we'll get to 100, and then I might pack it in, man. But we'll see. I've always, the last probably 2-3, well, before the pandemic hit, I was just like grinding for that 100. And that was my goal, and then we had that standstill, and I'd be just about there now if we didn't have that 2 years off, So, yeah, I've got to get that 100, and then we'll see what happens, man. You know what I mean? My hunger's still there. Maybe my kids will run it, and I match make or something. We'll see how we go, But,
it would be a big hole for you if you weren't here, because
thank you.
There's a hell of a lot of fighters, and it's one of the big shows in New Zealand that we need.
Yeah, well, thank you, man. I don't really think of it like that. I just think of it as just another show. But I know I've been going for a long time. But yeah, it's nice to hear that. So,
well, you know how much I love fighters, but I'm realistic. I know that a fighter retires or goes off the scene. Okay, it's sad, but if a promoter like you goes, like 34 fighters got a fight the other night, you do that 3 times in a year, there's a big hole for a lot of people.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, well, I think people are coming up, like, probably won't be too long before my students start doing shows and that as well. It just seems to be that evolution, man, that, it just seems to roll on. But Yeah, I mean, who knows? I'll just get to 100 and then we'll reevaluate stuff.
Cool, mate. So. Tell us a little bit about being back here at Corey MMA.
Yeah, well, I wasn't here before. Like, you know, I had my gym at my house and everything, and yeah, I'm separated now. Sold the house, obviously had to get rid of the gym, lost all that, so had to regroup a little bit, man. Like when I came back from Bali, it was daunting, you know. Like all my boys were, you know, still in contact with me when I was in Bali, and when you come back, coach, and this and that, and I'm like, look, I don't know. And then I came back, and it was beautiful to come back to all. It's like a little family we got, you know. But a lot of my boys they're not boys anymore. They're men, and they've got kids and wives, and it's amazing what can happen in a few years, man. So it was quite freaky for me coming back and seeing this new dynamic. And yeah, I came back and all the boys wanted to start up again, but I had no gym. So I came and seen Carlo and said, look, man, like, what do you think? You know, can I do some? We organised a deal. I do some classes, and my boys can come here and train. And it's cool, man. Like the vibe here is really good, and like what a facility, you know. Like it's one of the best in New Zealand, and I feel very grateful and blessed that, you know, they've allowed me into their family, and it's very cool, you know. So sort of House of Pain family coming in the core family, and I get to help some of those guys out now, and it's been cool, man. Cool dynamic, you know, for me as a coach too, to be sort of I was a striking coach for the Bali MMA dudes, and it's a different game than Muay Thai, you know. So it's been good for me to evolve as a coach as well, and it sort of invigorated me a little bit, I guess, you know. So yeah, it's cool.
Tell us a little bit about your team, and have you got any highlights of the fights that here in New Zealand? You got something that stands out?
As far as new boys coming up and stuff?
Well, yeah, somebody from your team did they really stand out?
The last show, I was a bit disappointed, to be honest, Tony. Like, you know, I haven't got the same tools as what I'll call them torture tools. You know, like we had hills up near at my other place, and we had bands, and I had a structured thing that I knew worked, you know, and we stuck to that, and we did that for 10 years, and the recipe was there at the end, you know. The boys were fit and strong, and we knew it worked. So now I've had to come to a new environment, and I haven't got all those hills and all those different things that we've done all this time. So I learn a bit. I've been a little bit slack, man. Like my main guys, I was training them in the morning and everything, but unfortunately Carlos couldn't fight that fight at the last minute. So I just had some novices coming through, and I feel I didn't give them as much as attention as what I probably should have, and what I've done in the past, you know, because I'm not living at the gym now. It's not on my property, and it's just a different dynamic, man. So yeah, I learned a lot that night as a coach, and the results suffered, you know. So it's just a classic example of, you don't do the work, bro, you're not going to get the result, you know. So yeah, the boys learn a lot, and I learn a lot, and it's hard, man, being that coach all the time, Tony. You've got to give so much of your everything, you know, and I've done that for so long, and I'm on the scales whether that's what I want to continue to do, to be honest, you know. Like I'm enjoying just keeping my hand in it, doing the classes and that here, and doing the shows. Obviously that feeds that part of me that needs to be fed, but as far as that, all that energy and time I used to give to my team of fighters, I don't know whether I've got it in me anymore. So I'm just sort of tossing up at the moment, man. Like Michael and Carlos, they're the ones that are just keeping me there, and I've got another couple of young kids that I think could be like really good, but I just don't know whether I've got the mental strength and that at the moment, just with what I'm going through in my personal life and stuff, man. You know, it's been a tough couple of years, and I've got to be realistic with them. You know, you're putting them into war, and you got to do it properly. You know, you can't do it half-assed, man. I've never done it half-assed before, but I'll be honest, the last show we did a little half-assed, you know. So I'm kind of glad that we got that hurry up. I needed the hurry up to know that I knew that we can't do it half-assed, but the boys, these new guys, they thought they were training hard. They weren't training hard, bro, you know. So we started up this week. One of them wants to have another crack end of November, so I was like, look, man, I'll give you my 100% effort till then we'll have a little break over Christmas, and then we'll have a meeting, and we'll see, man, what I'm going to do. I'm sort of thinking maybe I've got to I've got to use some of the other senior boys in to help me out a little bit, so it's not me all the time, man, you know. So yeah, my energy level is just wavering a little, I'll be honest.
You get through Christmas, and if everything works out, what would your perfect 2023 be?
Perfect 2023, I don't know, man. Like, to be honest, Tony, at the moment, what I've learned about being in Bali, and I've always been a forward planner, and I've always got, you know, you get a bit of anxiety from all that, or I've let my past bullshit come and affect me, and what I've learned the last couple of years is just focusing on like this moment right now, and I'm talking to you, you know what I mean? Like everything's good at the moment, and try not to stress myself out too much, thinking too far ahead, because we don't know what's going to happen, man, you know? And it's a hard mindset to get into because I've never been like that. But a perfect 2023 would be, I'm still happy, man. I'm getting past these dramas of a friggin' divorce and all that stuff. My kids are happy. My son's doing good in America. My daughter's happy. That's my perfect 2023, man.
Well, we'll be backing you up if we can, mate.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Cheers,
appreciate
thanks
coming
for
down.
being so honest. It's not an easy thing to get in and talk. Talk to.
Probably too honest a lot of the time, Tony.
You
know?
are very honest.
I wear my heart on my sleeve, man, and I don't know. That's what I do, for better or for worse. But you know, I think a lot of people don't realise how much this world like sucks out of you. You know, like it gives you a lot. Don't get me wrong. Like it gives you a lot, but it sucks a lot out too, man. You know, and you got to, like I say, you're putting these kids into a very dangerous environment, and as a coach, you got to take that seriously. You know, and I never want one of my boys to get hurt because I've got other shit going on outside. You know, so yeah, you got to be real, man. And I've got a good team of boys that I think House of Pain's not dead yet, you know, but I definitely got to probably pull a little bit of help. Some man hours out from, you know, people like Alexi and Carlos, and you know, those senior guys, that House of Pain family that we got. Like now I'm getting reminded of it doing the shows because everyone comes and helps me, and it's a beautiful thing, man. You know, like it's pretty cool when you don't have to ask anymore and people are just happy to help you, and it's yeah, it's cool, man. It humbles me a lot. So.
There is karma, and it's coming back to you, mate.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you. Short time.
Cheers.
Thank you, bro.